Good evening, race fans, and welcome in to Inters Racing League. I am Broseph, and this is Tier 1, Round 8, Abu Dhabi, and it's been a thrilling season 4 so far, with the two heavyweight contenders at the top battling it out. Prince from Red Bull, who is our defending champ, and the number 1 overall pick this year, KLX from McLaren. They sit separated by 37 points heading into this pivotal round, and we can't wait until the rubber hits the road. Of course, we saw one of the most impressive drives of the season last round at Bahrain with Marcus. Reserving for McLaren, did the Sergio Perez by starting P20 on the grid to securing victory that day and then being signed to the vacant full-time McLaren seat during the week. Congrats to Marcus and good luck out there tonight. With the table set, it's time to bring everyone's favourite commentator to the table because he is ready to feast on some action tonight. Welcome in, Boy Racer, a.k.a. Marty B. How the hell are you, buddy?
Oh, JC, it is wonderful to be along here at Abu Dhabi. Season 4, Tier 1, Round 8. And it is lights on, and away we go. We have 5.281 kilometres in length. That gives us 16 turns, 7 to the right and 9 to the left. It is an anti-clockwise circuit we have for ourselves here, first held, of course, in 2009. There are now 4 night races, JC. We've got Bahrain, the very, very famous Singapore, newly added Jeddah, and, of course, here in Abu Dhabi, Yas Marina circuit was actually designed by Herman Tilke and is located on Yas Island, and it's on the marina, hence the Yas Marina name it gets. And the newly profiled turns 5 and 9 make this track a little bit more flowing and a little bit easier for the drivers to keep up a lot more speed, a lot more passing opportunities, of course. The opportunities will be down into 5, 6, 9, and possibly turn 12. And maybe turn 16, depending on how keen these drivers are. So, beautiful evening we have here in Abu Dhabi. Do we have any idea what the weather's going to do for us this evening, JC?
Just stick your head out the window, mate. Sky Race Control here. It is clear skies. It's a beautiful night here in the desert-ish area.
Looks like a desert.
No, that was Bahrain, right? Yeah. It sounds like a desert anyway. Sounds like a desert.
Looks probably, but it could be like a
desert. Yeah, look, it looks brilliant under lights. There's no doubt about it. All the cars shining with their glossy liveries. I'm on board with Prince at the moment. He's just going around that chicane turn 6 and 7, which, of course, yeah, you want to get that right. You want to get a nice exit out of there leading into turn 9. That a bit like a spoon, that one down there. Of course, Prince is leading the championship. As I said in the intro, he's 37 points ahead of KLX, who's actually missing tonight, which is pretty unfortunate, but I guess if you'd want any replacement in that seat for McLaren, you'd probably want the team principal, Mercy, who's in pretty good form, you'd have to say. He finished P3 yesterday in Tier 2 for his beloved McLaren Papaya team. So he'll be reserving tonight for KLX. So he's got some big pants to fill, and he'll be hoping to be like a horse tonight. Of course, we have Gillard in the Williams. He'll be replacing Kiwi. Gillard, of course, he won the race in Tier 2 as a replacement driver yesterday, so he's in fantastic form and he fits in quite well in Tier 1. Kiwi's out tonight, unfortunately, who did a great return last weekend and got a podium. Miller's replacing him tonight, who's in the Williams again. Who else have we got? We have Tomo, unfortunately, is out for AlphaTauri. He's a late scratching, not feeling well, and actually had to take his little boy to hospital last night. So, yeah, we hope both Tomo and his little man are feeling well as soon as possible. Replacing him tonight is Q, who returns to Inters Racing League after a bit of a hiatus. Kong has just set the fastest lap with a 1:23.8. I believe there's one more reserve. It looks like No Jug is missing in the Haas. And Sam RDR, the head admin and the living legend, lovable bloke he is, Sam. He's going to do tremendously tonight. Yeah, he's a great driver, so it's good to see Sam filling in for Haas there, who certainly need some help. Well, need some help just filling seats. They're doing pretty well. And I think Timmy is actually, he'll be filling tonight the last seat for AlphaTauri. Because Secret has he must be sleeping over there in the USA, mate. He's slept through his alarm and that's it. So what do you see on track, Martin?
I just see Prince has gone 8/10 quicker than Kong. Prince is in the 23 flat zone, JC. 6/10, 6.5, no,
Wow.
6/10 ahead of Dools at the moment. That, mate, as we say in Inters, that is a banger. He might even go into the 22s, which is very, very rare around here at Abu Dhabi. But as I say that, Marcus goes at 22.7. What am I even saying? I don't even know what's going on. Into the 22s, we flick ourselves, Prince, into P2. Mate. That's a banger.
So I believe Mash was a late arrival, has just joined us then. I may have got that wrong, but it's good to see we've got 19 on the grid, and the last one will be joined is Timmy. But yeah, Marcus, what a time at 22.7, as you said. So he's obviously feeling a lot of confidence after last week's victory from P20. What a drive that was. So look for Marcus to really, he'll be up there again tonight. I've got no doubt about it. He'll be buoyed after that win.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, what did you say from P20 he got up to P1?
Yeah,
is that right?
Sergio Perez in Bahrain. Yeah, that's right.
100% he did. What an absolute mega drive from that bloke. So we'll definitely be looking for Marcus. Of course, as we all know, my blood runs papaya. My blood is orange, mate. So let's go McLaren P1. Prince, I think, is going to have a little bit of this work cut out for him as Mash goes P3 with a 23.5. Dools, I'm a noob in the Mercedes, in the Aston Martin, P4 and P5 right next to each other. Kong, Karama, the croissant himself, P7 with the 23.9. They're not covered by a huge amount at the moment. The top 8 covered by about a second apart from, of course, Marcus, who was about 15 minutes in front of the rest at this stage. We've got Gillard, actually, who's jumped on the meds for some reason. He's the only driver on the meds, and he's popped in a 24.8. That might be a banker. I reckon he might be trying to hang on to some of those soft tyres, maybe for the race, which wouldn't really make sense because you only get 2 brand new sets of mediums. Is that right? You get 2 brand new mids for the race, JC?
Yeah, I believe that's correct. Just some late news. Timmy's actually in the Merc, so Broccolilli's are laid out as well. So there's late drama here, and it looks like Ducat. I've just gotten on the phone to the garage downstairs, and Ducat was sitting down actually in the toilet doing a number 2. I've just yelled out and said, "Mate, suit up! You've got to jump in the number 2 seat. It's time to go." So Ducat, he'll be jumping in that AlphaTauri and he'll be hopping in there in no time. So thank you for doing that, mate.
Oh, so he's saying the Gilcat, the Ducat, the Battle Galacticus, the Battle Galactopus is going to be jumping in the AlphaTauri because we only actually have one AlphaTauri on track at the moment. Looking at the tower, yeah, Q's all in his lonesome.
He's put a 123.8 in, so he's sitting P6 at the moment, which is, I'm going to say, pretty impressive for a reserve just coming in for the first time in this killer grid.
Absolutely killer, mate. I don't think I regret bowing out of Tier 1. I'm not quick enough, mate. And there is some super uber rapid drivers. Like I'll be about P25 on this grid. It was just embarrassing for me. I don't like it.
I didn't mean for you, but yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah. That was some of my experience. I remember Prince just lapping me and time and time again, and it's never fun getting lapped by the front runners. Almost every time you're out there.
Yeah, it just isn't. But it is what it is. I mean, often we just carried on and trucked along and have finally made our way to the end of the race. But just super rapid drivers out there. I'm a noob on an outlap. Kong, Karama. Who's going to go? I see Marcus is going to jump back out. So we're just under 10 minutes. The Ducat, there he is. The Ducat has joined us. Shout out to Ducat. He is in P15 without a time on the board. We're expecting big things from the AT driver of Ducat. Who else have you got your eye on?
How about Karama? He looks like he's about to maybe start his hot lap. Would you? Are you in some form right now, or is it too
mate?
early?
Oh no! We might just see what he pops on the board. Ducat disqualified from the session. That is just.
Oh look! I've just gotten on board with him. He's obviously maybe he hasn't finished his number 2 because he just tried to squeeze himself through the pit exit, and he's got all crossed up there. And bit of constipation there trying to come out, and he looks like he's. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So, look, maybe a bit flustered. running into the car, and that's unfortunate for Ducat, but he will be on the grid and he will be racing, so that's the positive.
That is the positive. So you're basically saying it was a little bit like a sideways gerbil trying to exit the rear end there as he was entering the pits, in fact. Just not quite getting
pits, yeah.
as he was exiting the pits. Sorry, just a gerbil that hasn't quite got its way out the correct way. So who do we have? We've actually got Mash. Looks like he's gone valid, but he is on. I think he's on an outlap, but we do have Prince on an outlap.
I'm not with Marcus, who's on a hot lap
Marcus?
at the moment. But yeah, if you've got someone you want to line up, he's just gone purple in the first sector, Marcus. So it looks like he might be improving his time. And I tell you, he is the driver of the moment.
He is the driver of the right now. In fact, yes, go McLaren. Shout out to McLaren. Mercy, unfortunately, down in P16 with a 24.8, and all the way up at the top of the points board at the moment is Marcus at 22.7. Gosh, that's rapid. That is just far beyond what anybody could even dream of doing as he flicks the DRS open there just after turn 7. So we should try and probably find someone who's going on a hot lap. I feel like it's around about that time.
Yeah, mate. Yep, let's have a look. I see maybe a Mercedes. Is there a Mercedes there going around about is it Riley?
Is it Riley? He is just finishing a hot lap. Let's just see.
Finishing? Okay.
He is just finishing a hot lap.
I see an Aston Martin approaching, maybe.
Aston Martin, let's go. Oh, I'll tell you what.
With Marcus, and he's coming into the pit, so he obviously didn't improve in his second and third sector. So he's coming in, and he'll have to wait until his third go to try and improve on that provisional pole at the moment.
Provisional pole at the moment. I'll tell you what, I might even just sit on board with old Sammy. Old Sam RR23. I had an absolute banger with this bloke in Miami a little while ago for Oz F1. It was just a social race. It was league versus league. And I'll tell you what, he is just one of the most hilariously random people who will just give anybody shit. Luckily, it was a bit of a casual race, Joey. Otherwise, he probably would have got a little bit in trouble there from head office. He would have had an email that said, excuse me, my friend, you're out. But a very, very funny guy in the Haas this evening under the lights. A beautiful looking car it is. He is coming out for a hot lap very shortly. We might just run on board, I'll tell you what. There's a final sector car there that has turned around in 13 and 14. It might be Q. But I'll tell you what, it might be that time. And guess what, Twitchers? You know what time it is. It's time to buckle up and neck up your Pelicans. Let's go. Hot lap round Abu Dhabi. It's a very short run down to turn 1. And there's no DRS. You've got to just make this curve very nicely and just take as much curb as well as you like. It's sometimes flat through here. I'll tell you what, you've got to keep your teeth inside your mouth for this one. The right-hander. This is where a lot of speed and a lot of time can be gained down into the newly profiled turn number 5. This is where, of course, Verstappen passed Hamilton in the 2021, a very, very controversial season. Get on the power nice and early. This is your first DRS zone under the P0 sign, a long straight down into turn number 6. This is going to be a passing opportunity for tonight. There is a few cars up ahead. This is a very sketchy section. You've got to make it work as well as you can. The car getting out of the road there over the curbs, if you like, on the exit curb under the Yas Marina sign. This is your second DRS zone and another relatively long straight into the very new profiled turn number 9 as well. This could be another passing opportunity for these blokes as well as Jacko's binned it apparently. But around turn 9 we go into the final sector coming towards the stadium. There is yellow flags. I'm not sure where the yellow flags are, but a double right-hander into a very hard braking zone on the curb, running a little bit wide. Watch out, Sammy! Seeing some stuff. Look out, Sammy! There's a car. There's a Haas round. There's his mate. This is mate going round it as Jake going to the final sector and into the final turn. We go now, turn number 16 onto the main straight. Where's Sammy going to flick himself? P16 with a 24.378. JC, you were on board for some action there, mate. What happened?
I don't know. I think Jacko's had too much red cordial, man. He's in the third sector. He's burning his tyres out. He's going round and round. He put it into the wall. He spun it again around 13 and 14 and almost compromised his teammate's hot lap. I don't know what's going on there with Jacko, but he's pulled in and he's going to get a new front wing and hopefully get out and do a better job.
Yeah, hopefully. You were just absolutely reacting up a storm there. That was fantastic. Almost put me off. But it was beautiful. It's beautiful to hear raw emotions, and that's what we're all about here in Sky Race Control, JC, is the raw emotions of the race that is in front of us as Riley's in P3 in that Mercedes. Sam just getting out of the road. Let's have a wee bit of a look a bit further up the field. Riley's gone a 23 flat. Yes.
Well, you mentioned Riley in P3. He's actually sitting P3 overall in the standings with 82 points. Yeah, he's got a bit of a gap on P4, which is No Jug on 63 points. And he's got a little bit way to catch up to the two fighting at the top of the table with KLX on 124 points. So Riley on 82. Just sitting there quite comfortably in P3 overall, and P3 right now with a 123 flat, like you said. So, mate, he's probably the most consistent driver this season in that car, along with the two front runners. He's been doing a great job.
Great job, yeah. He's actually jumping on another outlap. I can't see how much time we've got left. Can you see how much time is left in the session? It currently says Sector 3, yellow flag.
No, I can't see it at the moment.
That's okay. There can't be much left. Maybe about 4 minutes, I reckon, because there's a few cars on some outlaps at the moment. Scotty, Tyler, Lorenzbro, Mash, and Jaco all jumping on. Oh, sorry, there's only 2.5 minutes left, so there will be some cars going out on the track very, very shortly, strapping on a new set of shoes. The red-rimmed soft tyres, of course, the tyre of choice for qualifying. Pretty much the only tyre of choice for qualifying, to be fair. 2 minutes and 8 seconds left. Marcus still sitting in that provisional P1. Prince, he's got to be going out again, surely. Do you reckon Prince has got his work cut out for him, JC? He could be in for a bit of a battle here.
Oh, look, with this field, I think every driver's got their work cut out for them. It's not easy, and if you slip up in concentration just once or twice, that's your night over. And the drivers behind won't hesitate to take advantage of that. All these guys are just, they're super skilled when it comes to racecraft. You'll see it on display tonight. We've seen it for the last 7 weeks. It's been pretty thrilling and entertaining. Prince is just retired, so he's retired in pits. So he's not going to get around in time. I think that's why he's done it. It's a bit unfortunate. I'm all board with Mash at the moment, who I believe is on... No, Mash is... He's waiting to come around. He's not using any of his...
No, he's not.
His ERS. Yeah.
Prince is out. So that's Prince has gone out. He's gone out like a 25-year-old going to the pubs. He's come off second best somehow. That's weird for Prince. I wonder whether he's just... I don't think that's not a rage quit. That's just, I think he's probably happy with where he is. Maybe he needs to go and do a number 2, but like Ducat was before. Well, maybe he's just got to go potty.
Nature calls, and when she does, you can't say no. Look at the Aston Martins. We've got them in P4 and P6 at the moment. So Matty AU, the team principal, will be very happy with the time trial twins out there, putting in a pretty good effort. Of course, they're brothers, as we know. So yeah, they're looking pretty good, along with the Ferraris as well, P5 and P8. So it's the return of AMS Kong, who's a bit of a qualifying champion. He's been missing. Actually, look, he's been a bit disappointing overall with his race finishes, you'd have to say. He's a very talented driver. Obviously, Mash picked him for a reason, and he's been battling up the top. He's been leading races. He's got a qualifying pole, and just hasn't really put it together all together on track. And is sitting on 7 points currently in P25. So he's the type of driver that can really bounce back and, make a name for himself in the second part of the season.
Yeah, and we're just actually sitting with Dools, who he's gone double purple. He went purple first, purple second. He is green across the board for a PB. This could be the moment for Aston Martin for the car of Dools into the final sector. Now we are going to sit here with this man into 13 and 14. He goes. Got to get on the power chart. Super sketchy, using all of the curb there as well. We're going to sit directly on board with this bloke as he comes around the final couple of corners, 15 and into 16. This could be a pole lap, JC, for Dools. Coming down the main straight now. Yellow flags flashing, and he does not improve. That is strange. He must have lost some time in that final sector. Wow, he was on for a banger.
I'm on board with Riley at the moment. He's going green in a few sectors. He's just coming around 14 and 15. Just around 15 now, and the last corner 16. Not sure if he's going to improve.
Oh, he pulls over.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So it looks like Marcus is going to retain that pole lap of a 1:22.7, and he's going to go from the front.
That is a 10th and a half ahead of the Prince of Persia. Okay. I don't know whether I saw that coming. I thought maybe Prince has fallen off a wee bit. Maybe he just seems to have lost that nous that he had, or either that or Marcus has just completely picked up his bag of marbles and gone, do you know what? I've had enough of being beaten by this bloke, and I'm going to go out there and smash him. So,
well, the interesting thing is that, you know, with track evolution, the cars didn't really go quicker in those final laps, the guys at the front anyway. So Marcus, you know, every now and then you just put in an absolute cracker in qualifying, and it looks like that's what Marcus did. Like, he just put together a lap that was undeniable, and he couldn't improve on it, and no one else could in the final run there in qualifying. So,
was that his first lap? Was that his first lap? Did he?
First or second? I'm not entirely sure.
That was real early on, hey?
Maybe it was his first.
Yikes,
but
maybe it was.
Super impressive. Very impressive. So, like I said, after winning last week and being signed to the full-time seat at McLaren, Marcus is he's feeling himself out there.
He is definitely feeling himself. He'll be feeling himself good. And he will be absolutely feeling himself.
Away.
Just shimmying in his own seat, just feeling himself, just looking for any invitation to feel himself a bit more, I suppose. But that is all she wrote for qualifying. Thank you for joining us here in Sky Race Control here at Abu Dhabi. Under the lights, we are about to go lights on, and away we go. So the crowd looks like they're absolutely amped up. Look at them. All of them looking very, very similar, wearing very, very similar clothes. They must have all had a Facebook post that said, excuse me, can you all wear green, red or white? And that's what they've done. So the Paddock Club up there on level 2 looking fantastic up there with the wine flowing. I'd love a glass of champagne up here in Sky Race Control, but unfortunately we're not allowed, JC.
No, mate, just strictly water. That's all we're allowed.
I'm lying so bad. No.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Is this the country where alcohol was banned?
Oh, shit, is it? It might be.
Just watch your mouth as well, young man.
Crikey, sorry.
Twice now you've let that slip.
Oh, my goodness.
We don't want to lose our job up here in Sky Race Control.
We do not. That is twice.
Just going over that grid there. So we've got Marcus in P1, Prince P2, Riley's in P3, Dulles stayed where he was in P4 there in the Aston Martin. Karuma got all the way up to P5. Mash is in P6 in the Ferrari. Jacko, after spazzing out on his second lap, managed to put together a very good third lap, P7 there in the Haas. We've got Imanoob in the Aston Martin in P8. Gillard, who won yesterday's race in Tier 2 in the Williams, is in P9. Q doing very well in P10 for the AlphaTauri in his debut this season. Tyler in P11, AMS Kong, P12, Miller in P13. Timmy in the Mercedes tonight, reserving in P14. And we have Mercy in McLaren. He's reserving for KLX in P15. Lorenz Bro in the Alpine, P16. Roscoe and Scotty, the two Alfa Romeo teammates there, P17 and 18. And Sammy, the reserve for Haas, P19. And Ducat, obviously we saw disqualified, unfortunately, trying to come out of pits and just putting the foot down on the throttle and getting crossed up. But, he had a pretty good race the other night. Looked like he was going to finish 4th before just a little bit of a tangle there with one of the reserves. And, just cost him a couple of places. But he did pretty well. He brought those mediums home on about 19 laps. So, Ducat hopefully can just match it with the big boys out there tonight. It's his Tier 1 debut. Shout out to Ads for getting me that information to get him an invite tonight. We're looking forward to this one. Martin, who are you going to start on for the beginning of this race? And you can call this one from the start tonight, mate.
Oh, okay. I'm not really sure, to be honest. Yeah, shout out to Ducat. Unfortunate entry into Tier 1 there for that man. He is on the hards at the back of the field. Excuse me. So we've got Marcus on hards. I'd love to say it's a mixed bag, but it's not. It is hard, mid, hard, and then a bunch of mids down to P9. Q on the hards, and then is mid, hard. Bit of a mixed bag in the lower field, but where shall we go? I tell you what, we might even just sit with Mash in the Mash'Rari as a Red Bull does a 360. That was beautiful to watch as the green flag is being waved by the marshals. There are some cars.
That's actually illegal. That's illegal.
That is illegal. There is some sketchy stuff going on there. Lorenzbro has been disqualified, but we are going to sit with the Mash'Rari. I know you're a fan of Ferrari, JC, so let's just sit with the Red Bullet on the start of this race. It is 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Bit of a hesitation, and it is again that little glitch hesitation as well. We are lights out and away we are racing. Not a bad start from Mash up the inside as that duels on the right hand side. Goes Mash up the inside of... Ooh. Oh my goodness, it's a bit sketchy. 2 wide into turn 1. Great start from Mercedes as well. Let's have a look at the front of the field. 3 wide into turn number 2 they go. Turn 3, the big right hander. Everybody's going to be on cold tyres. The Ferrari and the Haas. Oh, the Ferrari goes round. There's Mash round. Mash is round. Mash. Oh, there's a few cars round. There is carnage. There is carbon fibre all over the place like an incomplete Lego set. Oh, there's going to be a safety car. That was unfortunate as...
It was a really clean start there. I saw the about the top 6 to 7 drivers really get away cleanly. It looked like Jacko and Mash got through. It must have been just coming into turn 4, just before getting into the hairpin, just jockeying for position and trying to, get their way up into that big hairpin at turn 5 there. It just looked like maybe a bit of contact and... Yeah, super unfortunate start there. Look, it happens, especially early on when there's so many cars trying to bring those tyres up to temperature. And that's just the way it is, like Tupac said.
It's just the way it is indeed, like Tupac. So Prince currently sitting in P2. He's on the meds. He's going to try and make a few moves on Marcus, I reckon. Now, this is the time where tyres are going to cool down. They're going to be like an ice block in the freezer that's been in there for 6 months. They're just going to go super, super cool. You're going to have to try and really, really bring them back up to temperature. 13 and 14 are probably pretty good places to do that, but the safety car's not even going to be in this lap. We're probably going to be doing one more. Oh, sorry, is it a virtual? Oh, sorry, what am I saying? Yep. Oh, that's a McLaren at the front. Sorry, not Burt Mylander. What's wrong with my face?
I remembered. Virtual safety car we have at the moment, Martin. We have a virtual safety car, and Gillard is actually pitting, so Gillard must have been caught up in that action. Duels as well, and there's a bit going on. We're off
what's
racing,
happening to Kong?
So Mercy's got a bit of a jump there. He's up into P10, and Sam's up into P11. Ducat's up into P15. So we've had a bit of movement down the bottom of the field, and they've gotten away quite cleanly. What are you seeing there, Martin?
I don't know what's happening to AMS Kong. He is going very, very slow through turn number 3. It's almost like he's got a technical problem. I bet you that's the Delta glitch. I bet you it is. He is just struggling with the Delta.
Sam
he is
on
so
the
sketchy.
back of Roscoe at the moment, heading into turn 5. Is he going to shoot this? He doesn't shoot his shot, but he gets plenty of room for Roscoe, who plays that corner beautifully, I must add. Sam looks like, Mercy!
There's a McLaren!
He's hit the throttle too early and he's gone off, but he looks like he's recouped it. It's not too bad. He's lost a few positions, and that'll cost him as the 2 Alfa Romeos look to really bully Sam as they head into turn 9. Let's have a look here. I'd prefer to have the outside run here like Roscoe does, but Sam really puts his foot on the throttle, but Roscoe gets the move done on the outside. A little bit squirrely there as well, wasn't it, Martin?
Oh, absolutely squirrely. Who was that? Was that Scotty? I think, there's the side-by-side cars going through here. There's a Haas and an Alfa Romeo, and there's a McLaren on the hunt as well, and a Haas. They're all trying to take a piece of the action. There goes the Williams, a few car lengths in front of the Alfa Romeo, the Haas, and another Alfa Romeo. That'll be Scotty.
Really pushing on the back of Mercy. Going around 15 and 16. He really wants this position, Martin.
Oh, he really, really does. Let's go down into turn 1. Of course, no DRS down the main straight here. Unusual for a track. There's normally DRS on the main straight, but this one's super, super short, so you just don't have it on here, which is weird. It's such a short front straight, but down through turns 2 and 3 and 4, that Haas is on the rear of Mercy. Mercy, of course, super rapid last night. He was, I think he was P3, did we say? I could see him a little bit further up the road, but I just couldn't quite catch him, so he is super rapid in that car.
Jacko on the mediums, really looking to make the most of these tyres. He's really bringing all the life out of them as he can, and he's going to go to the outside. He will have a move here.
He's going to have the inside of the next turn.
Mercy gives him
bit
some
of contact.
room, but Mercy's going to give him the switchback here, I believe. No, Mercy's been pushed wide.
He has.
So he's actually got a better run there. He got a bit of better grip, you'd have to say, out of that corner. So Jacko's going to have to get this move done a bit further down the track. It looks like he's going to have a shot now as they come into turn 9, and he does. I believe Mercy looked like he may have given that position there, but we've got a yellow flag. It looks like Marcus is around. The leader is around, so Marcus is going to rejoin with Mercy in the two Hasses for the fight here. His temperatures in the tyres are going to be probably high. He needs to manage those and just stay in position for the moment.
Oh, there's enough for a Romeo around.
And Roscoe. Roscoe's around. Of course, we saw about 6 cars spin there yesterday. It's a killer corner, that one, 13 and 14.
Oh, absolutely killer. I'm pretty sure everybody has spun there at some point of their time trial or of their hot laps. That's super unfortunate for that bloke, and that puts Marcus down into P10. Prince, he'll be licking his chops, mate. He will be as keen as a kid in a candy store because he's got a few car lengths now. He's got 1.3 ahead of Riley on the hards, and those mediums for Prince are really going to come into play around about now for probably around maybe another sort of 6 laps. They're going to be mint. So
Karama is just coming into the back of Riley at the moment. So you're right. Prince is going to go as hard as he can, but Riley's going to go long, isn't he?
Riley is 100% going to go long in that Mercedes. He is going to go as long as he can. It doesn't look like there's any damage on that car, so thank goodness for him. A few unfortunate moments for some drivers around here, but Karama P3, he's got to make the most of those meds, JC. Yeah. He's just got to.
Yeah, I agree. Let's stay on board with him because we know Karama, and look, I don't want to put the Bosch on him, but we know that, you know, he's prone to spinning, and this is where it happens. This is where most of the cars lose their traction, and he's going to have to just hold on and make sure that he gets his car around the track as cleanly as possible, because he's going to get some great points if he can, because we know how quick Karama is. He's super quick in that Alpine, and you can tell over the last couple of races he's really been putting it together and putting some pressure on those drivers in the midfield.
He really has, the croissant himself. P3, 7 tenths behind. Those meds, like I was just saying, they're not going to last forever. The hards are going to go, what do we reckon, maybe like 17, 18, 19 laps?
Yeah, that's about the range. You can push them a bit further if you want to.
If you can.
Skilled drivers, like Riley and Riley could probably pull off a few more laps than those, as could pretty much anyone on this field. It's just a matter of managing them.
Yeah, I think so. I'm just sitting with Marcus actually at the moment as we go into the DRS zone. He's made a position already, and he is just having a look at Miller. Very, very easy position down now into turn number 6, into that very, very sketchy hairpin. Sparks flying in front on the Q car. Good exit. Oh,
Marcus had a huge snap out of 7 as he was following... Sorry, Miller had a huge snap out of 7 as he was following Marcus there. It was a big snap, and he's lost almost over a second, and he's just mashing that ERS to try and get back in DRS zone, and it looks like he has, so it's not too bad of a loss there. But Scotty, it's brought Scotty right back into the picture on the back of Miller's gearbox now.
Oh, it really, really has. That Alfa Romeo is he's going to be licking his chops as well. He goes down the inside.
Miller
and
went
around
very
the outside,
deep, and Scotty said, "Thank you very much."
That is the pass of the century, mate. That was absolutely fantastic through 13 and 14. That's normally where people lose the car, not make a blimmin' pass like that. That was great to watch.
Yeah, as I said earlier, you know, these drivers, they're going to take every opportunity that's presented to them, and Scotty was on the ball then, you got to say.
Oh, absolutely on the ball. Flicking back further up the field, Karama, is he going to have a look at Riley, or I reckon Karama's just going to sit in behind? Oh, you know, he's burning. He is burning the heck out of that battery onto the rear end of Riley.
Miller's having a good look on the inside, but stay with Karama. Looks like Karama's really going to go for a move. No.
He goes for the switchback. The switchback through 6 and 7. Down through 8, the DRS. So he's got to have a look here very, very easily. He knew it was coming. He knew that was going to happen. So that is a move done by Karama. Up into P2 he goes, and on the hunt for Prince, like a shark hunting a bleeding human. Lorenzbro round.
We've got Jacko going up the. Jacko into turn 9. He's having a look at Miller. He's on the mediums. He's following the 2 hard runners there. There's a bit of a battle here. It looks like Sammy has joined the party as well in the Haas. So the 2 Hasses, they're going to work together as they go through 11 and 12. coming into 13 and 14. This is where the drama happens. Looks like Timmy might be making a move. Karama might be
Oh,
around.
there's a yellow flag.
Karama's dropped some position, so it looks like he may have had a moment.
Where is Karama? He must have had a moment. He's in P8.
And I'm a noob all the way up into P3.
Oh, he is just... He'll be lapping that up. 8 tenths behind. I'll tell you what, Riley seems to be dropping back Prince is doing Prince.
Marcus right now. Marcus is... He's got to put some pressure on the AlphaTauri driver, and of course Marcus...
there's contact, he's hitting.
Back of Q. Marcus was leading this race, and of course he's fighting very hard to claw his way back and getting a little bit desperate there, but...
There's got to be some damage. Let's have a look. Oh, there's a Haas round. That's Sammy.
It's Sam.
Oh, yellow flag, boys. Yellow flag into the DRS. Oh, super, super sketchy. That is unfortunate for Sam, the man.
Miller coming out of turn 7 at the moment, all the way on the back of Scotty, but gets a very difficult exit again. So the exit out of 7 is really compromising Miller's run here to get a good chance of an overtake on this field, but he's got some good straight line speed. Look at that.
He really does. Look at that. He is like a bullet out of a gun. He's going to have a look up the inside. He's really putting the pressure on Scotty. Really, really. I'll tell you what, that Alfa Romeo is going to be a little bit uncomfortable coming into the third sector now through the stadium. A beautiful looking stadium it is too, but through, is that 13 and 14? The sketchy corners, 13 and 14, yep. Nobody likes that section, mate. 15, all over the throttle, all over the curb. He is like a fat kid on a cupcake on that Alfa Romeo, JC. Away this quickly! Almost losing the car. Down to turn 1. Let's keep an eye on that battle. This is going to be a banger. Holy.
What I'm noticing about Miller is he carries some very good speed into the corners, and it continues to really put some pressure on the driver in front. But Scotty's doing a good job not to be too bothered here, and let's have a look as they approach turn 5 here. So Miller's going to get the DRS. He gets onto the back of the Alfa Romeo, gets a fairly good exit, keeps the car straight. That's what he wants, and he's going to put the foot all the way to the floor here. He's about 4 tenths behind. He's going to get a good run. He's got about 33% of ERS. Scotty's going to take the inside. Miller's going to have a look. He's switching all around.
Oh, yes.
Gets on the brakes heavy, hits the apex, and gets a bit squiggly, so it's definitely the corner that's compromising his run here. So Jacko's maybe going to put some pressure on Miller, because it looks like he got a better exit as they come into turn 9. Jacko just trying to warm up those tyres. He's done 7 laps on them.
Yeah, was there a little bit of contact there from the Haas?
Ducat and Mercy. Ducat a bit further down turn 9. Ducat's on the outside. He says, neck up your Pelican, McLaren, and he gets the job done, does he? They're going to go side by side. Ducat does get the move done. He's on the inside as they come to this corner into 12, but Mercy's not giving up. Let's have a look. This is where Ducat actually came together with Seb just a day ago. And it looks
PTSD.
like he's learned the lesson there.
Yep.
He did not want to battle. You're dead right. PTSD is very real, and Ducat displayed a little bit of nervousness there, but did well by just holding position, and he's battling hard in P13, so he's up 7 positions from the start of this race.
Yeah, let's have a look at the position change, actually, shall we? Where are we here? Position change. So, a couple of the front runners, not too much movement going on, but I tell you what, Timmy's gone up 9 positions.
Miller's around. Turn 4. Miller's around, coming out of 3. It's really unfortunate for the Williams driver there. He was putting plenty of pressure on Scotty, and yeah, we saw him getting very loose, and of course, Loose is on the edge of... Well, Loose is fast and on the edge of out of control. You know what I'm trying to say, but I made that one a mouthful, as we do. I'm only human.
That was fantastic. Of course, we are only human. The Ducat, the Battle Collectopus, is up 6 positions. So he started, of course, off the back after that unfortunate incident in qualifying. Sam is up 6. Roscoe's up 6. What's happening there? Ducat.
Mercy and Roscoe. Oh, Mercy has just let Roscoe go on the outside. It looks like Roscoe just had a bit of extra pace there, there's no doubt, coming out of turn 7, but Mercy's circling him like a shark behind there. Maybe Roscoe looks like a bit of a bleeding woman from behind, Mark.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, there's almost contact. Oh, coming into 13 and 14. This is my favourite part of the track under the stadium. A beautiful looking stadium. It is indeed got to be so sketchy. It's an off-camber exit on there, and you've just got the wall as your only point of reference there. So you've just got to try and pull the car up as much as you can. It's into 16 now into the main straight. Mercy's lost a wee bit of time there, but he's just going to be sitting in the shadows behind Roscoe there, who was 7.6 behind Jaco. So this could be Mercy's race, if anything. If we go back to the tyres now, and we'll just have a look. Mercy's on the 9-lap old. Everybody, in fact, is on 9 and 8 and 7-lap old tyres. So no one has boxed yet, but I'll tell you what, there's going to be boxing soon.
Karama's having a look on the inside of Q coming into turn 6.
Oh, he's done it. Oh, what a move.
He's got the move done. Who's
6
going
and
to
7.
Who's going to get the DRS? It looks like it's going to be Q, the AlphaTauri driver, so I'd go to the outside, and he does.
Unfortunate, he's going to do a Max Verstappen and hold the inside.
Looked like a bit of a contact. We've got Q and Karama, KK, one more K, and we'd be in big trouble. We'll call him Special K for now. Q on the outside, he gets the move done. Karama's just going to tuck in behind, but we saw these two drivers just come together.
I thought he was going to have a look.
Driving there from Q, but Karama does well. Oh, no! Oh, what a slide! What a power slide! He actually holds it, and he holds position, but Scotty's coming around the outside behind him. He saw that happen, and he's got to shoot himself up on the inside. Scotty looks like he's going to get this move done. They're back and forth. What's going to happen into turn 16? They're going side by side. It's a great exit from both drivers, but Karama's going to get away with it.
Oh, he is going to get away with it. Super driving. Scotty thought, man, I'm going to have a bar of this, but he just couldn't quite get it done on those hard tyres. Karama must have a little bit of life left in those meds, but not a huge amount more. We're going to see some boxing very, very soon. That was some superb driving through those final turns.
Just behind. He's all over Scotty right now as they come into that turn 5, Martin. Let's have a look at this exit.
Oh, it's not a great one from Jaco JC into the DRS zone. He's going to try and sit him behind and grab that slipstream of Scotty Karama up the top there as well on the meds. Scotty in the middle. He's going to try and run long on these tyres, I reckon. DRS open like a windmill. Down the inside goes Scott, and he makes it work. Karama trying to get the switchback, coming now through 6 and 7 under the Yas Marina through turn 8. DRS zone, flick it open, boys, and get that drag reduction system. Those meds hopefully working pretty well for Jaco, but is he going to have a look down the inside? He's going to have a dive, is he? No, he's not. So these cars in line like Indian file, almost a wee bit of contact there, but these tyres are going to be running out soon, JC. Oh, this car around!
Karama's got it around. Jaco just putting the pressure on him. So that's the second time in a lap that Karama's just lost his traction and he's compromised his race a little bit there. Oh, Mercy's just gotten the job on him as well. So it's unfortunate, and Ducat's picked up a time penalty.
He's, super unfortunate for Karama, the croissant. The Frenchman himself, it's just not going his way this evening. But of course, Ducat, someone else. Oh, I see. Tell you what, this is it. This is the start of the bullets being thrown. I'm a noob has boxed. He is boxed for hards. He's going to be running to the end.
Box.
Let's see who else pulls the pin and throws the grenade and gets into the pit lane for some new tyres, some new shoes. I don't think we'll see any soft, but we'll see some hards.
Let me give you a little bit of history lesson. If we just jump up on a Q, who's in the AlphaTauri in P6 at the moment, he's doing a very good job preserving tonight. He's on the back of Timmy. Now, Timmy and Q have a bit of history. They do have a bit of history on track. These two. And Q So I've absolutely called it. And Q has gone right into the back of Timmy. And Timmy will be saying, I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. That's unfortunate. I hope there's not too much damage from either driver. But, I've called it there. Jesus, I put my foot right in it.
You've really put your foot right on it, like these guys should be on the accelerator. Foot to the floor, you've stuck your foot in it, but that is okay. Q up into P6. I reckon there's got to be some damage. Surely,
I mean,
it was just.
I know I'm pretty good with my energy and I can manifest some pretty cool stuff, but that was next level, and I just need to calm down. So Marcus has climbed his way back into P3. So after having that spin, he was leading the race. You've got to say he's done very well to claw the way up into P3, and we've got a couple more in the box. Tyler's in, Timmy and Jacko. So it'll be interesting to see if Timmy's got a bit of rear wing damage. Hopefully it wasn't too much, but he did get turned there, didn't he?
Yeah, he certainly did. There's got to be some sort of damage to one of those cars. Hopefully it's no rear wing damage. Of course, we all know you can replace the front wing in the pit lane, but you can't fix the rear wing. So rear wing damage is just an absolute dog's breakfast. Nobody wants that.
I'm on board with Q.
Onto the track.
He's not missing any front wing end plates at the moment, so maybe it wasn't as fierce as we saw. But anyway, let's have a look.
Bit of understeer there though into 6 and 7. Oh, I reckon that could be a yellow wing. He could be. So he is on 12 lap old hards, Joey. So he could be just nursing that thing.
Dools is on the back of Timmy at the moment as they're going into turn 6 and 7, and Dools is on the much warmer tyres. Timmy's just come out on those fresh hards, which are very difficult to control. So Dools, you'd imagine, would get a bit of a better run here. But
great exit from Timmy.
Straight line speed, doesn't he? Ooh.
Oh, absolutely. Great exit there from Timmy, coming down now into turn number 9. Gosh, there's so many turns. Yep, turn number 9, the newly profiled. Yep. But Dool's getting a wee bit keen there on the back of that Mercedes. I reckon he's going to try and put the pressure on Timmy. But I'll tell you what, give it one more lap, Joey, and these hards are going to be up to temperature, and Timmy's going to run to the end. So. Net P1, I tell you what, where's Prince? What's he doing? He is on the fresh hards. Net P1 for Prince.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And Timmy, I think his strategy's played very well. Those hards are going to be very nice, as you said, after just about another lap or so. Of course, we know Timmy, he's powered by Coke. Very rapid driver out there. Loves a few bottles of Coca-Cola before the race starts, and that's what gets him right into gear. So he's in P10 at the moment, doing a very good job reserving for Mercedes out there tonight, with Dools just on the back of him, hoping to stay within that DRS zone, and he is. He's bringing it back under 6.5 tenths there at the moment as they come into turn 6 and 7. It looks to be about the only battle going on. There's a bit of a further one up ahead with Scotty on the back of Prince. Of course, Prince is on those brand new hards as well.
Yeah, net P1 for Prince. As we were saying, net P2 probably goes to Noob, I reckon, then Tyler. Timmy could actually be looking, in theory, if he gets his act together, at a net P4. I suppose, and Jaco, well, it depends. There's a wee bit of a spread across the field. Prince is actually 11 seconds behind Marcus, but Marcus is in the box. Marcus is in the box for Meds. I didn't see a wing change, so no damage on that McLaren. Where is he going to come out? He is going to come out at P7, I reckon. Just behind Tyler.
Yeah,
just behind Marcus.
No, his teammate. It's going to be Mercy coming out there.
Behind, Mercy is the word that I meant.
Yeah, so let's have a look. No, it is behind Tyler. Tyler's right behind him.
Tyler is right behind
let's
him.
have a look at the Red Bull team principal here. Of course, we haven't mentioned Tyler tonight. Tyler, he goes under the radar, let me tell you. It's what he did last week as well. He started from at the back of the field relatively. I think he compromised his race early, but climbed his way back. Of course, Tyler, last week in Bahrain, finished P8. So did a great job crawling his way back up the field and doing the same thing here tonight. He's in P7 at the moment, doing a great job for his beloved Red Bull. And he's on the back of Marcus, who is on the mediums, and Marcus is the only runner on the mediums in the field.
Look at the straight line speed of Tyler. Oh, Marcus goes wide. I'll tell you what, Tyler's got some straight line speed.
Q and Noob around 11 and 12. This is... they've actually come together. Q needs to just let Noob go around there. It's... they're fighting very hard.
Miller with the 3-second penalty. Not as many penalties as I thought, to be honest, tonight, Joey. There's only 3. Let's just have a quick look at the penalties. 3 seconds for the Cat, Karama, and Miller, and that's it. After 16 laps. Good job, boys. Oh. That's a fantastic showing.
Riley's boxed, so he's got the mediums on, and he's coming out right behind Q, right beside Noob, actually. So, man, this is going to be very hairy. Let's have a look. Noob, is he going to get the inside run here? No, he's just going to follow Riley and get a good tow with the DRS. Ooh. Does Riley pick up the DRS? No, he doesn't. So you'd imagine Noob is going to go right past its Mercedes here. Let's have a look. They're coming down into turn 5.
He's going to go to the outside.
Yeah, yep.
Oh, he's going to get the inside for turn 7.
Fight this. Let's have a look. Riley
he leaves
does.
him. Oh, just enough space.
He's going to try and get the switch back.
Oh, he runs wide.
Who gets the better exit?
Oh, but then it's
Ooh,
DRS for Riley.
Here, and he's going to get the outside, which I prefer coming into turn 9. What about you?
Oh, absolutely, mate. The long run, and you can get your power down a little bit easier around the outside. And, of course, then you get the inside for turns 10, 11, 12, and et cetera, et cetera.
Oh,
so, what a beautiful move.
That's beautiful, Riley. Well done, Noob. That's tremendous driving there, lads. Of course, Q has just turned his car around. I'm not sure if he was battling Tyler. He was. There's a severe collision with Q, so Q definitely getting his nose dirty tonight in his return. Let's hope that's the last of it. We just want to see him and all the cars finish as cleanly as possible out there. So Tyler, Scotty is pitted. He's had enough on those hards. He's done 15 laps.
Ooh,
And Marcus just puts in the
penalty.
fastest lap.
Oh, sorry, fastest lap. Oh, Scotty's in the box. Going from hard. He is on 16, so he will be going mids. He could, it's not quite late enough to be running soft, so he does go for the yellow-rimmed medium tyres. And where does he come out? He's going to come out a little bit further down. What's he got? Jaco Gillard a little bit further behind. He's probably going to come out in P13. Depends how quickly Gillard comes around. Where are the battles? What have we got? Marcus.
Well,
Hey, look at
Scotty.
Marcus.
Duels and Ducat. It looks like that's the big battle coming out of turn 5 there. Duels is all the way. Yep, they've both got relatively the same amount of tyres wear there. They're on 15 and 16 lap old hard tyres. So Ducat's got the time penalty, which will cost him. And Prince, of course, he's up in P1, 6 seconds ahead, and just doing it like purple rain out there. Oh! It looks like Q's had another incident. So Q is actually behind his teammate, and he's let Jacko go past as well. So I think Q is ready to box on those hards and just get a bit of a better stint on those mediums, you'd have to say. That's the hope for the AlphaTauri driver at the moment, who just can't seem to get his nose out of trouble.
He just can't. I wonder whether he's going to run longer for soft. It doesn't look like there's going to be any safety cars, to be honest, around here, because there's such big runoff areas. Nobody has actually smashed their car into the wall, apart from through sort of 13, 14, this section now that we're looking at. This is a bit sketchy. Of course, that's where, who was it went off in the 2021 season? That was Nicholas Latifi, I think, smashed his car up and caused the very controversial end to the 2021 Drivers' Championship, which will go in the history books.
So Q has retired. He's retired from the session, so he's had enough. He's thrown it in, so that's very disappointing. As the team principal for AlphaTauri, he was you just got to finish to get points, really. But anyway, that's the way it goes. The way it goes. They are starting to spread themselves out. As somehow Mercy is minus almost 2/10 behind in front. Thanks, Codemasters. Are just as ever, of course, JC. We just want to do a shout out to Codemasters for writing the best game that has ever existed on PlayStation. It's just a wonderful showing with all that. So yeah, that's how I take my frustration out. I have to say, like, we're human, and you have to
Emailing
release
them.
a bit of anger every now and then. And I absolutely abuse EA Sports on Instagram. And Codemasters, I absolutely give it to them because I've had enough, mate. Like, I'm 42 years old. I've been around long enough to know what a piece of crap is and what is actually decent bloody software. So, anyway, that's just the way it is. I've got duels at the moment on the back of Timmy going around turn 13 and 14. He's in the Aston Martin, and I've got to say, Timmy, talking about runoff areas before, as you mentioned about a lap and a half ago, Timmy put a move on. I think it was duels to get that move done. I think it was turn 12, so that was a highlight for Timmy's race at the moment, who you've got to say is doing a very good job in P6 at the moment, and the two runners in front of him had time penalties.
Marcus is at a moment through 4. Marcus is at a moment. He's down to P5. We just saw a position change there. He's on the back of Tyler, coming out of 5 there into the DRS zone. He is all over that Red Bull like jam on toast, and he's going to make the move back again. No, he's not. Tyler's squeezing him down into 6. Let's go.
Marcus squeezes back a little. Like a toddler on the arm of his mummy.
He somehow makes that work, but he's flashing up a storm like an ecstasy-filled nightclub, as we know. But down into to turn number 9, it's just not looking great for that McLaren of Marcus.
For the switchback there. Yeah, you're right about that straight line speed from the Red Bull. Tyler's he's very quick in that car, and let's have a look. He's just going to follow into 12. Now into 13 and 14. This is where a lot of drivers have compromised, and it looks
Oh,
like
that
Marcus
McLaren goes
a little
wide.
there.
He does.
Yeah, may have got a warning. That may hurt him. Of course, he's already got one warning, and we have a yellow sector. It looks like Mash has retired, so both the Ferraris have retired tonight.
Tyler almost losing the car in 16.
This season, unfortunately, in Tier 1, it's, unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. The 42 of Tyler, man, he got squiggly through 16 there. Did a little bit of as Max Verstappen did at the end of the 2021 race, just got a wee bit crossed up there. But managed to gather his shoes and tie his laces, and now he is back on the hunt for Marcus, 1.3 behind. He is outside DRS range. But I'll tell you what, JC, the field is spreading themselves out. The battle seems to be maybe Jayco in the Haas, in through turn number 5, down the back straight into 6. Could be a wee bit of a battle here. 3-lap-old meds for Scotty, though. There's quite a lot of young medium tyre runners out there, as we have 10 to go in this race. Lap 20 of 29 through 6 and 7. There is a bit of a train almost going on behind Timmy.
We've got an Alpine driver around. It's Lorenz. I'm sorry, Lorenz. He hasn't had a good night. He's not enjoying himself out there. He's in P17, and that's the second time I believe he's gone round in turn 3 there. So he really doesn't like that corner. He's been putting his foot down a bit too heavy, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
Roscoe gets the move done on Gillard.
Oh, gosh.
Roscoe just got the move done on Gillard there, coming into turn 9. So just broke a bit later, and it was a super move. He's got the fresher tyres, so just a bit of a better advantage there for Roscoe on Gillard, who, of course, won the race last night and doing a pretty good job in P12 at the moment for Williams reserving.
Yeah, of course he did win the race last night. A super rapid guy down in P12. An unexpected place for that bloke must have had a moment, but no penalties for that man. Penalties are sort of creeping up a wee bit. Tyler's got a 5-second, I reckon that's from speeding in the pit lane. It's got to be. But I just see about half a lap ago, JC, Riley has... No? Oh, that was for the collision. Sorry, that's right. Collision.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Riley, unfortunately, has picked himself up a 3-second penalty just a couple of corners ago. That is going to hurt him in the end. Prince running away with this at this stage. I mean...
I'm not sure if it's going to hurt him, because he's got a 6.5 second gap to Noob, who is on 9 old hards, and Riley's going to have those mediums, which are going to bring him home pretty quick.
Yeah, it might be true, actually, I suppose. Lorenz goes DNF. Could that be? Oh, he is DNF'd in the pit lane. I mean, well done for
Miller.
Well done for DNFing in the pit lane
as well. No, Miller's just going to put on some soft tyres, and he's going to go for fastest lap in P16.
Oh, is he just? That is the red rim tyres. Let's go. New set of shoes.
Why not?
Why wouldn't you? And that Williams under the lights go for the fastest lap. It just seems like it makes sense.
Scotty in P7. This is probably where the most likely overtake is going to happen in the next few laps. He's on the 5-lap-old medium. Scotty is in P7. He's done a great job to crawl his way all the way back up at a P7. I'm pretty sure he qualified P17 with his teammate behind him in P18. So he's on the back of Timmy, who's on the 9-lap-old hards. And Timmy's going to... Well, look, Timmy does a great defensive job of being a boat. And you'd imagine that Timmy... Oh, look, Scotty's getting all over the back of him. He's going to try and get a good run here out of turn 5. Let's have a look. He's mashing whatever ERS he's got left. He's going to pick up the DRS as well. Getting a toe on the Mercedes.
Look at the straight line speed.
Timmy goes to the outside, so that's interesting. Let's have a look. Timmy's going to go the switchback here. I'm on board with Timmy. Plays this interesting. Pulls up alongside the back end.
Timmy's going to get the DRS, though.
Puts his foot down. He does.
Timmy's got much more battery.
DRS. He's going to go on the outside, and he
says,
see you later, alligator. So Scotty's just going to have to tuck in behind him there and just be satisfied with P7 for the moment.
Just for the moment. Timmy being that little bit of a Mercedes boat. He's got a few cars behind him. Scotty Dulles and Jayco all sitting behind. Karama seems to have... he's almost out in a race of his own at this stage. But Roscoe behind Gillard, Mercy, Ducat, Sam and Miller down in the bottom 10. Miller, he's got to bang out that fastest lap, surely. But Timmy up in P6, he's got a lot of time to make up on Tyler. Tyler not doing a bad job on the 10-lap old hards. What can you see, JC?
Just something else I've noticed. We've got Jacko on the 10-lap-old hards, and Dools is going very, very long on those 21-lap-old hards in P8. So Jacko, he's going to be pushing to get this move done. There's no doubt about it. Let's have a look.
Yeah, we'll sit on board with him as we go through turn number 3 and 4 into, of course, the new profile 5. There's the detection point just there, so there's going to be DRS for Jacko. Wait a minute, squiggly there from Dools. Big snap, DRS wide open. Surely this is going to be a pass from the Haas on the Aston. It is indeed down the long straight. Sparks flying in front. That was a beautiful sight there coming down into 6 and 7. Whew.
And Scotty gets Timmy just in front of them as well. So these two are going at it, and so are Jacko and Dools. And you've got to say, Jacko followed Dools very cleanly into turn 5 and got that move done. It's about as smooth as you'll see out there. So well done to these 4 drivers battling it out at the moment.
Yeah, Timmy sitting just in behind Scotty. On the hards is Timmy, 10 laps. Those meds for Scotty, they're not going to go much, much longer. Maybe another 3 or 4 laps, I reckon, at their peak. But out in front, by 4 seconds, guess who? It is the Prince of Persia on 10-lap-old hards. He's just run away with this one, which I know I did say at the start of the race, maybe he's dropped off the ball, but I'll tell you what, he has picked that ball up and he is holding it and clutching it with all of his might. 4 seconds and then 8 seconds behind to Noob. Pretty sure Prince has picked this one up off the ground, stuck it in his pocket and said, thanks very much, this one's mine tonight.
So Dools has had enough of those hards. He's boxed and he's putting on a fresh set of mediums. So that's going to drop him down a few positions. And let's see where he comes out. Looks like Gillard's going to get the better of him. Yep, Gillard goes past to take P11. And he's going to come out and he's going to be rocking and rolling with Mercy and Ducat, who are battling it out there for P13. Let's have a look. Yep, Mercy looks like he's going to get a good run as they... Oh, Dools! Runs over those bumps there, and of course that's not where you want to go, especially on those fresh tyres. So let's see if Mercy can really put some pressure on the back of Dools here.
Yeah, I don't know. Didn't get a very good run out of 5 there, to be honest. But I tell you, look at that straight line speed of the McLaren. Look at him go! Look at him go down into 6. He had a wee bit of a look there.
Oh, yeah,
he was looking out of the curtains on a dark night at the people in the street. He was just like, man, I'm going to have a bar of this. And it's going to be a full mouthful.
I've got to say, Mercy...
There he goes again. He's going to walk down the outside. Down into 9.
The Mercy Express into 9. But Dools gets a much... He gets a much better move on the inside, you'd have to say. A bit better grip there. So with the much fresher tyres there, Dools, you'd have to say if Mercy doesn't get this done before the next lap, Dools will probably have to pull away on those fresher tyres.
Yeah, I think so. But tell you what, the straight line speed of that McLaren, mate, is just absolutely rapid. He's dropped back a wee bit. Oh, he's going to have a look at Gillard. We're watching the battle from Mercy's car. Mercy, a wee bit squiggly. Oh, what happened there? Gillard's had a moment. 23-lap-old hards for Gillard. JC, that's a long time, mate. That's long. And Dools gets a penalty. 5 to go. And he's got himself a penalty.
Mercy will be laughing with that one, you'd imagine. And Dools will be spitting chips over there. And we've got a yellow flag in the 3rd sector. I'm not sure. It looks like a Haas. Sam might be... Yep, Sam's in the wall. So trying to go for that fastest lap on the fresh, soft tyres. It's unfortunate.
Oh, he'll be picking up his pelicans and strangling them and throwing them over the fence. Yep.
He's going to... It looks like Sam might be retiring the car or... he's getting out of the way of the leaders. That's what he's doing. So
that is what he's doing.
Yeah, good on Sam. And he has. He's had enough.
Yep. That is all she wrote for Sam. Shout out to you, brother. Come into the comms box
Sammy, mate.
if you want.
Thanks for jumping in and helping the lads out regardless, buddy. We love you.
We love you. Jaco seems to be the only fight going on at this stage. Everybody else, it's pretty well spread out along the track, like rainbow colours almost. It's a beautiful sight.
Tyler, we mentioned Tyler earlier and up into P5, so he's really supporting Prince, really well in Tier 1, you've got to say, all season long. The pressure has been on Tyler. I remember him saying at the beginning of the year that he didn't think he really deserved to be in Tier 1. He didn't think he could match it with the best. But, look, overall, Tyler's actually sitting... He's sitting P5 overall on the tables with 60 points. He's just behind No Jug, 3 points behind No Jug. So Tyler, again, he's doing what he's done all season long. Mr. Consistency, you'd have to say, in Tier 1 for Red Bull. We've had Sam just jump in to join us, and he just had a unfortunate retire in pits there, and there's a bit of a struggle out there for you, Sam. Thanks for joining us tonight, mate. Being a reserve, how was it there for you?
No, it's always, thanks for the invite. Yeah, it's always fun with the Tier 1 boys. But yeah, no, it's just spinning too much, and I didn't want to sort of get in the way of the front runners. They were all coming around, so just let the boys race and enjoy it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I called. I saw you pulled in the pits there, and I thought, with those cars coming around, it's better just to get out of the way completely. So, completely understood there, man. But how is it out there trying to compete with those guys?
They got speed. I got excited at the start, getting up to P10. I was like, sweet, they're all smacked, they're all crashing, they're all spinning. Got a bit too cocky, and I just started spinning myself, so I just gave up. But it looks like Prince will run away with this one as usual. But it's looking good so far.
Yeah. Well, Prince he's back in form, of course. He hasn't had a race win for about 3 weeks. We had Marcus win last week and KLX going back-to-back the 2 weeks prior to that. So Prince he's back in the place where he's most comfortable in P1. So you'd imagine he'll be relishing this win after a few weeks out, Sammy. And thanks for joining tonight. We've just got a couple of laps to go, so we'll leave it there.
Enjoy it. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Cheers, Sammy.
Hopefully you'll get another job at reserving, mate. And, of course, you do a fabulous job as head admin. It's been such a great season here at Inters Racing League for Season 4. So we look forward to getting you in again next time, Sam.
No, definitely. Thanks, guys. And, it's all for the hard work you boys do. So appreciate it and enjoy.
Cheers,
beautiful.
Bro.
Timmy, it looks like Martin.
Yep.
Timmy.
We're with that battle. We're with that battle of Jaco and Dhabi. Coming down now through into 10, 11, 12, 13, etc. under the stadium. It's going to be the Haas down the inside of Jaco. But I tell you what, Timmy's not giving this up, bro. They are both on exactly the same age of tyres through 14. Coming into 15 now into the Rolex side. This is a good thing to watch flat out through here. Oh, Jaco getting a wee bit wide there. I reckon the pressure's getting a little bit of a squiggle there from Timmy as well.
I tell you what, I wish Jacko was that complimentary in Singapore when he was following Tomo. That was very, very nice there. Very good manners, nice. Jacko. So he can do it when he chooses. It's good to see. So he's really putting the pressure on the back of Timmy. Of course, the league owner here, he's done a very good job over the last few years because this is the standout league, you've got to say. And Jacko getting all the way on the back of the gearbox of Timmy as they come around turn 5 with just a lap and a half to go.
Absolutely, we're going to sit with Jaco. Look at the straight line speed of that Haas. Timmy, for some reason, goes to the outside, but he's just basically let Jaco pass. To tell you what, he's waiting for the second DRS zone is what he's going to do. Goes for the switchback, out of 7. Groff, fantastic exit there from Timmy. That was an absolute rocket ship into the DRS. Of course, he does get the wing open like a letterbox down into 9. And that's it. He is flashing, though, but there could still be a battle going on here. There's not many battles further across the field, though. This seems to be where it's at. Karama a little bit behind. The Roscoe battle with duels could also be another thing that's happening here. Down into 9 they go as well. What can you see?
I'd just tell you, Roscoe's taking, he's getting tremendous life out of those hards because he's following duels who's on 4-lap old mediums, and Roscoe's he's doing a tremendous drive, and both those guys have climbed the way back up from the bottom of the grid tonight. So that's what they've been doing all year long, those Alfa Romeo drivers, just consistently finishing in the points, not getting too carried away with the mumbo jumbo, and doing very well for their team principal, Almighty God.
Yeah, shout out to Gobby as well. The team principal, his driver's doing a fantastic job this season. Jaco, the battle still seems to be going on with Jaco and Timmy. Jaco in the Haas sitting just in behind the Mercedes, right up under the gearbox. He is just trying to have a sniff as much as he can. Timmy in front is actually flashing up a storm as well as, or in fact, as is Jaco, but the straight line speed I don't think is going to be enough. Oh, he does have a look down the inside into 6. Oh,
sorry to cut you off, but we've got Prince coming around turn 15 and 16. So Prince, he's back in the driver's seat of P1. He takes the win here at Abu Dhabi, round 8 for Inters Racing League. So Prince by 7 seconds over Riley, who's going to take P2 in the Mercedes. That's a great drive from him and very consistent. It's what he's been doing all season long. Noob looks like he's going to get P3. He's coming around turn 16 at the moment, so that's a podium for Aston Martin. Very good return there from them tonight. And Marcus, he's going to take P4 after winning last week. That's a great return in the McLaren. Tyler takes P5. Great drive from him. Scotty's going to come around the last 2 corners there, Martin.
He is coming around the last 2 corners. He's got Jaco a little bit behind him.
Timmy, what happened?
Oh, was there a moment from Timmy?
Timmy's back in P9 and Jacko's taken P7.
Oh, what on earth happened there? Oh, Timmy gets P8 at the end of the race. Good golly. That was an interesting mixed bag of a race there, Gillard. Who, in fact, got the fastest lap there? I didn't see. I don't know whether Gillard did. Did he? He must have got it, surely. 1 minute and 15 seconds behind. I'm not sure if that's a Cody's issue there, but 1 minute and 15, that's basically a lap. I suppose that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yikes.
it may have been Miller who got the fastest lap. We'll have to check. But Scotty gets driver of the day from the game. Yeah, like we said, really good showing from the Alfa Romeo boys to just plug away, and it's good points for the team tonight. Of course, yeah, I think Red Bull was the standout team overall. Prince obviously winning, and Tyler with a P5 there, so a tremendous amount of points for the team in position 3 overall on the standings in Inters Racing League, and they're chasing down Aston Martin and McLaren at the top there. So, yeah, it was another great race in Tier 1. We had some really good battles out there, and at times it got a little bit of argy-bargy. We saw some incidents with the AlphaTauri driver Q reserving tonight, and he retired early on, so that was disappointing. But yeah, we saw some very clean racing out there as well. Probably highlighted by Jacko and Timmy at the end there. That was great racing. What were your highlights there, Martin, for the race?
Gosh, I'm not even really sure. Ducat had a relatively good showing there, but Karama, an interesting
considering
one.
He's a Tier 3 driver, yeah.
Considering
Ducat,
he's Tier 3, yeah. Shout out to Ducat. Tyler had a banger in the Red Bull. Timmy, as usual, was a fantastic boat when he wants to be. I know it's never a choice for him, but when he decides to be a boat, I'll tell you what, he can be a boat. And I have been stuck behind Timmy in past seasons and past races. And shout out to you, Timmy, as well. Riley, fantastic drive from you, mate. Mash in the Masherari. An interesting drive from him as well, but I don't know. Could be anybody's game for driver of the day. And I guess an unfortunate one from Gillard as well. He seemed to have a collision with Dools at some point as well, and exceeding track limits. So track limits, of course, are a big problem around here. But I guess just the entire race was my highlight, Joey. I love being up here in Sky Race Control, mate. What was your highlight?
What was my highlight? Look, probably the form of Marcus, I reckon. Look, after last weekend, obviously winning, he was just in really good form last weekend and continued that, getting pole tonight. He just, a few unforced errors, I believe, maybe a couple of half spins there, which dropped him down, but Marcus did really well to claw his way back up. So, yeah, probably I'd have to give my highlight to Marcus clawing his way back up to P4. That's it for me. I'll just have a look and see who's jumped in at the moment, and we'll get these interviews started. So I'm going to start with Riley, who's in P2. Of course, the Mercedes driver, and he's been just super consistent, really, all season long. So, Riley, are you there, mate?
Yep.
All right. So I think, what was it for you tonight in qualifying? Let me think.
P3, man.
P3. So, yeah, pretty consistent for you, mate. What was it like for you out there tonight, mate?
Well, like on the med stint, it was a snooze fest, and the hard stint, I thought I could win the race. So, first stint, Prince looked a bit boaty on the meds. But, I'll be honest, I think the hards are just really good around this track. When I jumped into the meds, I found like they weren't that much better, in my opinion. But yeah, so I was closing the gap. I think it was like lap 17-ish. I got the 3 second. After that, just bring it home really. No point pushing to get something that I can't get. Just yeah, pretty boring. That's literally the race. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to say, yeah, we didn't get to highlight too much of your racing because, as you said, some of those stints that you did was pretty much on your own, just trying to chase down Prince, who you said was a bit boatish at times. But yeah, mate, look, as we said, yeah, you've been really consistent. I believe that's your second podium, yeah, for the season. So well done, Riley. Yeah, great performance from you there tonight. Of course, we missed your team principal, but Timmy did a pretty good job out there. He was battling Jacko pretty hard in the closing stages, and he finished P8. So yeah, pretty good for Mercedes overall, you have to say there.
Yeah, good points. Not really we can complain. We'll take
Sweet,
anything.
mate. You take anything, all right. Well, P2's pretty good performance out there with the likes of those drivers. All right, mate. So look forward to seeing you next week at Jeddah. How do you find that track?
Not great, not bad. It's just it's an okay track.
You just got to keep your nose clean out there, really.
Yeah.
Look, you're a pretty good qualifier, so as long as you're up the front, I think you should do just that. So good luck next week, and we'll see you out there, mate.
Yeah, thanks, boys.
Cheers, Riley. All right, and I don't think...
I think Prince is in here.
I don't think we're going to get Noob, so do you want me to take this one, or do you want to take the race winner tonight, mate?
I've got it.
Go for it.
Prince, my mate.
Hey, man.
How are you, bro? All good?
Yeah, I'm well. It's actually my birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday. Shout out to Prince.
Happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday, mate. You are back. How does it feel to be standing on that top step of the podium?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Pretty stiff from Riley to call me a boat. Joke. No. Some boys might have seen the banter in the Tier 1 chat earlier this week between me and Riley, and you know, it's only good fun. I have huge respect for Riley. He's a great prospect in the Australian sim racing scene. So yeah, no, he drove well tonight. But yeah, no, it was good. I had a solid race. I drove alright. I did feel pretty boaty, to be honest. In the practice qualies, I wasn't lighting the time sheets on fire, but brought it home. It's good.
Sounds good. Obviously, you haven't exactly been winning the races in the last 2 or 3 weeks, I think. I mean, you've been on the podiums, but you sort of haven't been, like you said, lighting the timesheets on fire. What sort of brings you back from a moment like that? Of course, all of the boys out there will be thinking, God, sometimes I do terrible, sometimes I do well. What brings you out of an emotional state like that? How do you sort of bring yourself back up and just keep your mind clear and put yourself back on target? What do you think?
Yeah, I suppose I was a bit low in confidence after Portugal and Singapore. But I suppose just get back in yourself, really. Don't change the process. I have a pretty, clear process I do before races. These are the sessions I do, the laps I do to get ready, and if you just get back in that, you get back to your, form.
Yeah, back to your form. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have like a superstitious thing? Like there's always a thing you do before you race, like whether you tie your shoes the same way, or you have a cup of tea, or is there anything that you do before the race that sets your mind back in form?
No, I wouldn't say it's superstitious. I'd say it's just routine. Like, do a quali session, do a couple of race laps, and make sure I got the right socks.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Make sure you got the right socks.
I could race without the socks.
Yeah, but that's it. I'll tell you what, I'll give you the tip. I always put my right shoe on before I put my left one on.
All right.
Yep, and
no,
it's
I
just.
don't mind which sock is on.
Oh, okay. Well, yes, you know what I mean. There's always that one thing, and everybody out there listening on Twitch, there's always a thing you do. Whether you go to the toilet first, you get a beer first, you tie your shoes the same way, have a cigarette, whatever you want to do. It is a thing, eh? It's just got to be a thing. So
fold your toilet paper, scrunch it. Yep. Whatever,
I'm a scruncher.
Whatever formula works for you. Yep.
I'm a scruncher. What are you, Prince? Are you a folder or a scruncher, mate?
Oh my goodness, Have we even reached the right time slot yet?
Oh, that's okay. Oh, it's a pretty PC
Days
thing.
when Martin's on the mic. Yeah.
It's a PC thing to ask, mate. It's all right. Nah, sounds fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us, Prince. Well done on the win. You are back on the top step, my friend, and it sounds good to hear you up there. So, any final comments?
Oh, no, all good. Cheers, we'll see you next week.
Thanks,
Sweet,
mate. Of course, with that win tonight, yeah, you got the jump on your rival KLX and the McLaren, who was missing tonight. So you've extended your lead, and you've got a bit of a buffer there heading into Jeddah for round 9 at Inters Racing League. So we'll see you next week, mate. And congratulations on the win for your birthday, and hope you have a good night.
Yep, you too. Thanks, lads.
Cheers, brother. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it tonight for Tier 1. It's been another banger, Martin, you'd have to say. Yeah, good racing out there as usual from the lads.
Yeah, fantastic racing. A few unfortunate moments, a couple of retirees in pits, which is, I mean, as much as we don't want to see that, JC, it's just nice that they retire in the pits and not on the track, if I'm honest. But other than that, some really good wheel-to-wheel racing, mate. Some really exciting stuff, 2 and 3 wide into some of those corners. I mean, certainly 13 and 14 when they were going 2 wide, where everybody normally spins, but they all managed to keep their cars on the track. It's just, like we say, mate, it's been a banger. What are your final thoughts?
Yeah, just shout out to all the drivers, as you said, putting on that kind of display here tonight. It's it's been a pleasure here calling these races and seeing what these guys can do out on track with their talent. And yeah, thank you again for joining us tonight, Martin. I love doing this with you every Sunday here at Inters Racing League, and I hope everyone enjoys our commentary and the racing that we put on. So we'll see you next weekend. That's round 9, Tier 4 Friday night at Inters Racing League. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Sounds good. We will see you for round 9 at Jed Under the Lights. I have been, of course, Marty B, with me best mate JC. So we will see you in 7 days on Sunday. Peace.
Peace.